David. I'm 23 years old. I graduated from my bachelor's in business administration last year and have since then been working in consulting full time. Uh, I'm now looking to get my master's this year, which is why I decided to start studying for the GMAT Focus Edition roughly 4 months ago. I ended up taking the exam 2 weeks ago and scored a 655, which correlates, I believe, to the 93rd percentile and was a score that I was really happy with and a score that I was hoping for. Throughout my journey, I think I've gathered some very valuable insights to share with you, just so you understand where I was coming from and what I would have maybe done differently, and what you can pay attention to throughout your studies. So, for context, my first ever mock score after about a month of going through the OG questions without really knowing what the GMAT was before that, and no underlying frameworks and how to approach the questions, I scored a 525, which I wasn't overly excited with, but I comforted myself knowing that I still had a couple of months' time of studying. I knew that on my own I wasn't going to get there, so I decided to sign up to a course, actually, other than TTP, just because it was a very cheap course. And yeah, I studied with that course for about a month, then took another practice exam and scored a 565. So at that point, I was on the one hand side kind of happy that I was making progress, but also a little bit frustrated because I just felt like I wasn't making progress fast enough and the exam date was approaching. So at that point, I decided to sign up to TTP just because I had heard very good things about it. And I used the 5 day trial and immediately noticed how it was the most comprehensive study material that I've come across so far. And especially the quant part was structured in a way that was extremely helpful for me to learn and understand all the concepts. It was structured in, I believe, 19 or almost 20 uh, different chapters. And that just helped me tremendously in understanding the underlying frameworks needed for quant and also for data insights and verbal. I just found the explanations on TTP super helpful. And yeah, the way I used TTP was going through all the chapter tests and the ones where I didn't hit the accuracy level I was aiming for, or the course was given me. Um, I would go through the chapter and study, and then go back to the chapter tests and repeat them. I set my target score on TTP to the range of 645 to 675. So I actually ended up scoring right in that range, which was really satisfying. And yeah, I think TTP helped me a lot in speed on verbal and just overall understanding of quant, since I do not really have a quantitative background in with my bachelor's in business administration. And then accuracy on data insights. I noticed myself being very sloppy in my approach to data insights, and the questions offered by TTP just helped me tremendously on that. Another tip that helped me a lot was taking it very slow and easy on the hard questions that TTP offers you. I found those to be actually much harder than the OG questions, or therefore the questions on the exam itself. So slowing down on those to just understand the underlying concept and not rushing and being flustered with time was really helpful for me. I think that was a big one in improving my skills in on all three parts of the exam. And yeah, uh, overall, TTP helped me tremendously in getting my target score. for all the reasons mentioned, and especially for the amount of questions TTP offers you. With other courses, I've heard, or I've actually experienced that you run out of questions very fast, and also the OG question bank. At some point, you're done with all the questions, and the explanations aren't as thorough. With TTP, you just have an almost endless amount of questions that I didn't manage to go through in 2 months. So I believe that was a big reason in getting my target in getting my score. That I had so much study material and going through all kinds of questions. On a personal note, some tips that I'd like to share are focusing on nutrition and hydration and rest, especially a week prior to the exam. I know working full time can sometimes be really stressful, and throughout my studies, I didn't always rest properly or eat a healthy and balanced diet that I should have. But that always correlated to me being very sloppy and hitting low accuracy targets on the chapter tests. So slowing down the week prior to the exam, eating a healthy and balanced diet, drinking enough water, and making sure sleeping enough was really helpful for me, and just getting my accuracy up and not stressing about the exam too much. And yeah, on a final note, I would just suggest go try a TTP, use the 5-day trial. I'm sure it'll convince you just how it convinced me to use TTP for the entire duration of your studies. TTP really offers all the frameworks you need in succeeding on the GMAT focus exam and getting your target score, so that you can walk into the exam with full confidence, knowing that you did everything you needed to, and then you just need to be in the moment and perform in the exam, and I'm sure you'll get the score you wanted. So yeah, thank you TDP for offering the course. Thank you everybody for watching and listening. I hope this was helpful.